And I'd like to welcome now Deidre Berger. She is the director of the American Jewish Committee's Berlin office. A very warm welcome, Ms. Berger. We just heard the U.S. ambassador there in that report saying that Germany, Berlin, has a moral obligation to take in Mr. Palij, even if there isn't a legal justification. Do you think Germany has a moral obligation in this case?
Absolutely, and so does, fortunately, the German foreign minister, Heiko Maas. It's of extreme importance today for the younger generation in an era where Holocaust memory is being attacked from all sides, where Holocaust revisionism is becoming popular on the internet, where young people see this, for people to understand that there can be no expiration on the crimes of the Holocaust and the crimes of the Nazis. The ways in which he's brought to court, we hope he will be, we don't know. But in any case, that we talk about it, that his arrival here is meaningful for us as a society, is essential for our understanding moving forward as a democracy.
Still, Germany has argued for years that Palij is not our responsibility. He is not a German national. Is that a valid argument?
No, not at all, because he committed crimes in the names of Germany. And so there's no doubt about it that if he is to be tried somewhere today, in this day and age, it should be Germany. If there's not enough evidence at the moment, then it's time to go and look for more. There has to be so much evidence. We know a lot about the Treblinki death camp where he was trained. And we also know from the trial of John Demjanjuk, another former guard, that you don't have to prove individual guilt today. There's a much different hurdle. And so it's extremely important that this case be reopened.
Is it disappointing that it took 25 years to get to the stage?
It's extremely disappointing, and we're very grateful in the Jewish world, and I think in general as a democracy, that both President Trump himself took this on and that the U.S. ambassador in Germany, Rick Grenell, took this on, and that they've really made this a top priority. And we hope this isn't the end of it. There are other cases that are still there to be investigated. Let's put those resources we have to investigating them. We cannot let these people die if we know that they were criminals without at least attempting to put them on trial.
What should Germany do with Mr. Palij now?
I think Germany should assign more prosecutors to the case and historians and start looking for the evidence. I think that we can't really say that there's not enough evidence. We know an enormous amount now, maybe more than 10 years ago. So it's time to compile the information. Trials are very important for the historical record. And there is nothing that could be more meaningful as we move forward in the 21st century to make sure that we're not closing the books on the 20th century, but that we're looking much more carefully from today's perspective so that we understand the human rights basis for our democracies in Europe and the U.S. today.
What does this case, this particular deportation, mean for Jewish communities in Europe and in America? What type of significance does it carry?
It's tremendous significance. It's a hope that indeed we're not going to put to rest, so to speak, to close the books on a chapter that shouldn't be closed, that can never be closed. And I think it's really a sign of hope, but also for the society as a whole. As we know, Germany in particular was founded, modern democratic Germany, after the Holocaust, and we can't let the memory be forgotten. The question is, how do we move forward remembering it? And this is a way to show young people, yes, there are still cases, and even should these people die, let's look back into the historical record that's compiled because we took the time to investigate and as a society to condemn the horrific crimes of the Nazis.
Deidre Berger, Director of the American Jewish Committee's Berlin office, thank you for spending time with us.
You're welcome.